Hey there, welcome back to our motion tutorial series. Today, we're unlocking the true power of motion by showing you how to plan your time effectively. If you're ready to make motion an absolute game changer in your productivity toolkit, stick around, we're about to dive in. Section 1, the magic of adding all your tasks to motion. To get the most out of motion, it is crucial to add all your tasks, big or small, to motion. Why? Because when motion knows everything you need to do, it can schedule your tasks intelligently, ensuring that nothing slips through the cracks. Think of motion as your personal assistant. Trust it with your tasks, and it will help you focus on the doing rather than the planning. Believe in the process, and you'll see your productivity soar. Section 2. Let's jump into creating tasks, the heart of your productivity. In motion, a task should be a single, actionable piece of work that takes anywhere from a few minutes to a few hours. If it's bigger than that, consider breaking it up or consider making it into a project. Here's how to create an effective task. You can click here to add a task to motion, or you can press T on your keyboard. Fill in the details. For the title, try to be clear and concise so that it's easy to follow your tasks along on the calendar. For the duration, estimate how long it will take. Don't stress it, it's just an estimate. For the deadline, pick when the task needs to be done by. Motion will use this information to auto-schedule your task. For priority, you can set it to ASAP, high, medium, or low, and that helps motion auto-schedule your task. And lastly, workspace and project help you put the task into the right place so that you can track it properly. We'll talk about that later. Now that I filled out all my details, I'm just gonna click Save Task, and we'll see this task appear on the calendar. Pro tip, the two most important fields are duration and deadline. These two fields help motion schedule your tasks effectively. There are a few more ways to create tasks. One, you can forward an email to tasks@usemotion.com, and our AI will automatically parse that email and create a task for you, auto-schedule it, and put it on your calendar. Two, if you have the desktop app, press Option Space on the Mac or Alt Space on Windows to quickly create a task from anywhere. Three, on iPhone, you can say, "Hey Siri, new motion task," and Motion will create a task for you automatically, give it a deadline, and auto-schedule it for you on your calendar. Section 3. Organizing tasks into projects. Now let's take organization to the next level by creating projects. Projects are like containers for tasks that share a common goal or a common deadline. They give you and your team visibility into who's doing what and when. To create a project, you can simply press the project button here, or you can press P on your keyboard. I'm gonna go ahead and click it. Don't worry about all these options, we're gonna cover them in a later video. We're gonna go ahead and create a project from scratch. We're gonna give it a name. You can give it a description if you want. I'm gonna keep it assigned to me, and I'm gonna set a deadline of next Friday. I'm gonna go ahead and save this project, and you'll see that Motion automatically creates this project for you. You can then go ahead and add tasks into any of these statuses. We're gonna talk about this in a second. For this project, I'm going to create 3 tasks. I'm gonna create a task to contact vendors, I'm gonna create a task to send out invites, and I'm gonna create a task to select the appetizers. Lastly, I'm gonna open the task to send out invites, and make sure that it's blocked by contacting the vendors and by selecting the appetizers. That way, Motion knows to schedule this task after the other 2. Now that you've created a project to organize your tasks, let's talk about how to organize your projects. The way to do this is with workspaces. Section 4. Managing your workspaces for team collaboration. Workspaces help you organize projects and tasks by teams or by department, making collaboration a breeze. To create a workspace, you simply click the plus icon next to workspaces. You can name your workspace like marketing team or sales, select the members, and click Save. I've already created a few workspaces here, so let's go through. To customize a workspace, you can select the 3-dot icon right next to the workspace and click on Workspace Settings. Here, you can update the workspace name and manage member access. You can also customize statuses and labels, amongst other things. Let's talk about statuses for a second. Statuses indicate the state of a task or project, like backlog, to-do, blocked, or completed. Imagine a project or a task like a moving train on its way to a destination. A status lets you know if the train has departed, if it's moving, or if it has arrived. Statuses can also let you know if the train is stopped and why, making it easy to know what's happening in real time. Some statuses have special meaning, and you can decide if Motion is allowed to help you move your projects forward by enabling or disabling auto-scheduling on each status. Now let's talk about labels. Labels are quick, unstructured tags that you can use to better visualize and organize your projects and tasks. For more structured organization and layering, Motion supports custom fields, which we will talk about in a later video. Now that we've learned all about workspaces, projects, and tasks as the building blocks of organizing your work, let us talk about how it all comes together in the calendar. Section 5. Using the calendar to manage your day. The calendar is your command center. It's the single source of truth for what you should be working on. Let's see how this works by adding a task on the fly. I'm gonna press T on my keyboard, and I'm gonna add a task to order dinner tonight. I'm gonna change the schedule tonight, and I'm gonna save the task. If I close out of here, you can see that Motion already scheduled the task on my calendar ahead of my family dinner, which is very nice. If something urgent comes up, like this briefing I have to do, you can always set the priority to ASAP, and Motion will make sure to schedule this task as soon as possible. As you can see, it put it as the first thing to do tomorrow after I'm done with all my meetings. What if a last-minute event comes in, for example, taking my dog to the vet? No worries, Motion will automatically reorganize your tasks in the most efficient way. And what if you need to finish early for a day? You can easily click up here on the clock icon for the day and tell Motion that you want to stop tasks early. For example, after 2 p.m. on Thursday. And you will see that Motion will clear out your calendar for that day. What if you need to complete a task? For example, this briefing. I can just click here on the complete button and Motion will automatically complete it, put it right here in the right time when it was completed. You can also drag a task into another slot to indicate to Motion that you finished it earlier. And if a task took more time, you can drag it or shift drag it for more precise control so that Motion can keep track of how much time you worked on a task. And if you don't want to see completed tasks on your calendar for a more zen experience, you can do that from the calendar display options button right here. You can turn off show completed tasks on the calendar. And that's it. Congratulations. Now you've learned how to plan your time effectively with Motion. By adding all your tasks, creating projects, managing workspaces, and mastering the calendar, you're well on your way to becoming a productivity powerhouse. Remember, the most important thing, trust Motion to handle your scheduling so you can focus on what you do best. Happy scheduling. Bye-bye.